Good morning, and welcome back to our Food for Thought segment, sports betting picks and analysis, top picks. This morning, what we're going to be doing, this is for the NBA basketball. We're going to be doing just a leans. We're doing leans and totals for these games, and we're going to be doing props, player props for these games as well too. So just for now, for the morning edition, Food for Thought leans on certain games, and we're going to be doing totals as well. This is for the NBA only. So you have a big slate of games. So we're going to start with Detroit at Cleveland. Cleveland minus 10, total 232.5. Again, we're just if you're curious where we're getting the lines from, we're getting it from oddslogic.com. Oddslogic.com has the latest updated spreads, point spreads, totals, over-unders, and the injury report for all the teams. So speaking of the lines, it is right now the total is 235. We're seeing 235, and we're seeing 10.5. Now, soon it'll be getting to 11, Cleveland at 11. We've seen 11 at one book already at Circa. So if you like Cleveland, you want to get the 10.5 before it gets to 11. So make sure you get that. Now for the injury report for injuries for this game. First we'll start off with the Detroit Pistons on the Detroit side for injuries. So the injury report, Tobias Harris has a concussion. He's out for tonight's game. Jaden Ivey, out indefinitely. On the Cleveland side, Dean Wade ruled out. Isaac Okoro downgraded to out. Karis LeVert downgraded to out. Isaac Okoro has a shoulder injury, so he's out. Wrist injury for Karis LeVert, he's out as well. So Detroit, Cleveland. Again, this is a buy low, sell high spot in my opinion for the Cavaliers. They've lost 2 straight games. Again, they lost 3 straight games. At Houston, at Philly, and at Houston again in the rematch. 2-1 to the over in the last 3 games. Last 5 games, 3-2 to the over. Overall, last 5. So yes, buy low, sell high spot here. I like Cleveland here in the bounce back spot. We talked about this last night on Beat the Number NBA edition. I don't know if you've checked that video out, but this is one of my top picks. Cleveland minus 10.5, 11. Now for the total, let me just see here. I like the direction it's going. I like the over 235. So I already gave you one pick already. I was going to see that for this afternoon, but on Beat the Number yesterday, this is one of my top picks that I had here. So you already got a pick for me already. Next game. Oh yes, we're gonna do the player props. Yes, I nearly forgot about that. Player props. So we're gonna look at some player props here for all you player prop bettors. So we're gonna get into that now. Let's see what we can find. Player props. Spare with me for one moment so we try to pull this up. So this is on the Detroit Cleveland player props. So Detroit Cleveland. So we're going to look at first player up we're looking at is Cade Cunningham, of course. Points. Clearing number 26.5 points. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 games. He's cleared this number in 3 straight games, Cade Cunningham. So that's something to look at. Let's see. Let me see what we can get here. The best one for me would be points and rebounds for Cade Cunningham. The clearing number is 31.5. Now he's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 games, including the last 3 games, points and rebounds. He has cleared this number in 3 consecutive games. So this is the best angle for Cade Cunningham, points and rebounds. Over 31.5. I like this one a lot. On the Cleveland side, Donovan Mitchell. Points, the clearing number is 25.5. He's cleared this number 4 of the last 5 times, including 2 straight games. There's a lot of options here for Donovan Mitchell. Let's see. The best one is points and rebounds for Donovan Mitchell. He's had, the clearing number is 29.5. He has cleared this number 4 of the last 5 games, including 2 games in a row. He's hit this number. Points and rebounds. That's the best look. I like that one. And you can also take a look at his steals is good. Donovan Mitchell for steals. The total is 1.5. He's cleared this number 2 of the last 5 times, including 2 straight. He's cleared this number over 1.5 steals. That's another good look for Donovan Mitchell. So on the Detroit side, Malik Beasley. I talk about him a lot. He's been very productive. And Mr. Consistent in terms of scoring. 14.5 points. Beasley has cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times. He's cleared this number in 3 straight games. Malik Beasley over 14.5 is a great one. Great prop for scoring. On the Cavaliers side, Jared Allen. Let's see. I would look at Jared Allen in terms of rebounds. I know he had 2 bad games. He's gone 2 of 5 in the last 5 games. The rebounding number for him is 10.5. The last game he had 5 rebounds. The game before 10 rebounds. So he's kind of, the last 2 games he's been a bit off. I would lean that way. I would lean that way. I wouldn't make it official, but I would lean and consider this one. Because he has to bounce back sooner or later. Especially Cleveland losing 3 straight games, you expect him to bounce back in a buy low, sell high spot for the Cavaliers to cover and win outright. So I'd lean to Jared Allen over 10.5 rebounds. That one's a good look. Let's see. That's it for this game, Detroit and Cleveland. That's all for that. Next game we're going to look at the Lakers at Charlotte. This one opened up at -6, total 216.5. We're still looking at 5.5. I still like the Lakers here. I gave that out last night on Beat the Number, NBA edition, early edition for the early numbers. That's one of my second favorite pick. And the total here is 218. Now it's gone to 222. So this game, yeah, we'll go into more detail for this game. More detail, we'll discuss this game. Head to head. Actually, this is the first meeting. So 6-4 last 10 games. 6-4 against the spread. 5-5 over under. Lakers 4-1 last 5 games. 2-3 Lakers to the under last 5. Charlotte 5-5 last 10, 6-3 against the spread. 6-3-1 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. And 2-3 to the under. So now we're going to get the injury report here. We'll get the injury report, then I'll let you know where I stand on this game. So first, the injury report on the Charlotte side. Cody Martin ruled out. Mark Williams. Let's see. Mark Williams. Misbirthed me. Mark Williams is questionable to play Monday with an injury. Didn't see what the injury was, but he's just questionable. Brandon Miller, wrist is out for the season. Trey Martin, out indefinitely. Grant Williams, out for the season. On the Lakers side, for the Lakers, Rui Hachimura, calf injury, questionable. Christian Wood, out indefinitely. So this game here, like I mentioned yesterday, I'm on Beat the Number, the NBA edition. I have the Lakers 5.5. It's still there actually, so you can still get the 5.5 if you like the Lakers. If you like Charlotte, you're gonna wait for a better number. The total, again, no opinion on the total. Still on the fence with that one. I just like the Lakers here to cover in a bounce back spot. Now we're gonna look at the props for this game. This is something that we have to discuss. In regards to this game, so let's look at the props in this one. So we're going to start off with Anthony Davis, AD. Had a big game against Golden State Saturday, so he's on the right track. And I would go back to him getting over 24 points, 24.5 points. Now, he's hit this number 2 in the last 5 games. Last game, he had 36 points. I expect him to continue his dominance against Charlotte to clear this number at over 24.5. Yeah, I like this. I like this angle for AD. I like this a lot. Now, you can also look at points and rebounds. Last game, 49 points and rebounds against Golden State. He's hit this number 2 of the last 5 times. This is the second time hitting this number. I expect him to continue his dominance. Points and rebounds, 37.5 over that number. On the Charlotte side, Mikal Bridges. I like this number here. The clearing number for points over 18.5. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times. He had 22 points in his last game. Yeah, so I like that angle for Bridges. That's a great angle. He's very consistent there. You can look at as well points and assists for Mikal Bridges. Clearing number 22.5. He's cleared this number 4 of the last 5 games, so this is another good angle. Points and assists, 22.5. Mikal Bridges. Lakers side, we have, let's see here. Let's see what else we have here. I'm going to go with points and assists for Austin Reeves. He's cleared this number 2 of the last 5 times. The clearing number is 24.5. Last game he had against Golden State, 24 points. So he missed it by 1 point. I'm still going to go back to this number for Austin Reeves. Over 24.5 points this is points and assists. Points and assists, over 24.5. I like this look here. I think he clears this number. That's Austin Reeves. And LeBron James. Let's see the best look for LeBron James. I would take points and rebounds for LeBron James. The clearing number is 30.5. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times. The last game against Golden State, he missed it by 1 point. So I expect him to clear this number at 30.5 points and rebounds. I like that look. That's the best one for LeBron James. Let me see if I see anything else for props. Yeah, that's it for this game. That's basically it. Those are the main ones for this game. Next game we're going to look at in the NBA. Orlando at Miami. Opened up at -1, total 207.5. Right now we're seeing -1, still Miami, and we're seeing a few pick'ems here and there, but it's mainly -1. Total is 208. We're seeing some 208s right now. The injury report for these teams. On the Orlando side, we are looking at Gary Harris, hamstring to downgrade. He's downgraded to being out for this game. Jalen Suggs with a knee injury is questionable. Goja Bedazik, hip injury, questionable. Montez Wagner out for the season. On the Miami side, we know Jimmy Butler's up for his suspension. Josh Richardson's out with a heel injury. Drew Smith out for the season. So we'll look at this one further. Miami, Orlando. So this game here, they've already played 3 times already. First game, October 23rd, in Miami. Total is 208. Orlando won 116-97, and Orlando covered as an underdog. Second game in Orlando, December 21st. Magic are 2-point favorites at home, total 205. Orlando won 121-114 as a 2-point favorite. Third game in Orlando, December 26th. Total is 209. Miami covered in 189-88. Under the 209. This game here, I don't see anything. A lot of uncertainty in this game. I don't see anything of a significance for me to bet this to any size or totals for this one. The only way I can look, I'd have to look at some props for this game. So this basically is a prop game. Let's see what I can find here for this game. Let's see. So Orlando, Miami. We're gonna look at the player props. Let's see. Just bear with me for one moment while I pull up that information for the player props. Orlando, Miami. Just taking a bit of time. Excuse me, sorry. So player props for this game. Orlando, Miami. Okay, so the first individual we're going to look at here is Tyler Hero for the Miami Heat. Tyler Hero. Assists, clearing number 4.5 for Tyler Hero. He's hit this number 3 the last 5 times. That's one look. Another look is points and assists. Points and assists, he's been very consistent here. The clearing number is 24.5. Now he's cleared this number 4 of the last 5 times. So this is a very good one for Tyler Hero. Points and assists is a good one. This is a very good one. So I like this one here. Paolo Banchero for the Orlando Magic. Let's see. One prop that stands out, he's been good here the last few games. 3-point shooting. The clearing number over 1.5. He's cleared this number 2 the last 5 games. The last game he played well. He had he had 3-pointers. He had 3 3-pointers in the last game. So I expect him to clear this number again, over 1.5 3-pointers. This one here, I like the rebounds. Rebounds is a good one. Clearing number 7.5. He's cleared this number 3 the last 5 times. He's cleared this number in 3 straight games. So Paolo Banchero, those are the options for him. Some good options. Let's see what else we have for Orlando. Let's see. Caldwell Pope. I like this angle here for Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope, I like his, let's see. I like the rebounding here. Clearing number is over 1.5. He's averaging 2 rebounds a game the last 2 games, so I think he clears this number again, over 1.5 rebounds. Caldwell Pope, I like that one. So Jimmy Butler is still serving his suspension, so I'm not sure if he'll be back. Not sure when he'll be coming back. Bam Bam Adebayo. How can we forget about Bam Bam? Rebounding. He's been Mr. Consistent here. The clearing number is 9.5. He's cleared this number in all 5 games, 5 straight games. So Bam Bam over 9.5 rebounds. Definitely get that one. Now that's it for this game. That's Orlando, Miami. Next game we're looking at Sacramento at Brooklyn. The number here is -10, total 223. Right now, we're seeing 11s come across the board. This is a game I like a lot. I'll get into that in a moment. First, we'll check the injury report. On the Brooklyn side, Cam Johnson, ankle ruled out. Ben Simmons questionable with an illness. Cam Thomas out with a hamstring injury. Trendon Watford, hamstring is out. Bojan Bogdanovic, foot injury is out indefinitely. Sacramento side, for the Sacramento Kings, I believe they're healthy. Yep, they certainly are healthy. One of the healthiest teams in the NBA, Sacramento Kings. Now for this game, we discussed this last night. I'm not going to get into too much detail with this one. We're going to get to the props right after this. I discussed here Sacramento. We like the Kings. If you like the Kings like myself, get the 10.5 quickly. They are starting to move to 11, so to get the 10.5 if you like the Sacramento Kings. And I like here the over 224.5. I like the over in this game. Those are the things I like so far. Now we're gonna go to the props. Sacramento at New York for the props. Just one moment. We're gonna get that information for you. Prop play. Sacramento at New York. Let's see. Just bear with me for a moment. We look this up. Sacramento Kings. Okay, so we have here Sacramento. Okay, there we go. Sacramento at Brooklyn. So Brooklyn Nets. De'Aaron Fox for Sacramento. I would look at his three-point shooting. He's been Mr. Accurate from the three-point line. The clearing number is 1.5. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 games, including 2 straight games. I would go over 1.5 three-pointers. De'Aaron Fox, that's a good prop. Yeah, that's the best one for him. I like that one a lot. On the Brooklyn side, look at D'Angelo Russell, Mr. Consistent. Points for D'Angelo Russell. Clearing number 16.5. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times. So over 16.5 points, D'Angelo Russell. 3-point shooting, D'Angelo Russell. Over 2.5. I like the over in this one. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times. That's D'Angelo Russell. That's another angle you can look at. The third angle, points and rebounds. This is a good one here. Points and rebounds for D'Angelo Russell. 19.5. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times, including 2 straight games. He's cleared this number. So points and rebounds is a very good look. So I like that one. On the Sacramento side, DeMar DeRozan. He's definitely a bucket machine. The clearing number for him for points, 20.5. He's cleared this number 4 of the last 5 games. Now, the last game he had an off game. He only had 18 points, so he missed it by about 3 points. I would go back to that again without hesitation. Over 20.5 points, DeMar DeRozan. Definitely take that one. I like that one a lot. Let's see. Now, the best one, in my opinion, is going to be points and rebounds. Points and rebounds is the best option here for DeMar DeRozan. The clearing number is 24.5. He's cleared this number 4 of the last 5 games. Last game, again, he 21 points combined for points and rebounds. I expect to bounce back over 24.5 DeMar DeRozan. I believe he'll bounce back easily against the Brooklyn Nets. That's all for him. Domantas Sabonis. We're going to look at his... we're going to look at his assists. Now, the clearing number for assists is 6.5. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times, including 2 straight. The last game, 12 assists. The game before, 8 assists. So he's coming on very strong in the assist department, Sabonis. I like him there. Now you can also look at another good option here to look at is points, rebounds, and assists for Domantas Sabonis. Now, he had the clearing number here is 41.5. He's cleared this number in 4 straight games. The last game he had 50 points, rebounds, and assists. So I expect him to clear this number again. So he's on a good streak here. I definitely would out of all the props, this is probably the best one to hit. Points, rebounds, and assists for Sabonis over 41.5. Domantas Sabonis. That's probably the best one for him to hit. That's it for this game for the props. Next game, Memphis at New York. New York opened up as a 4-point favorite, total 240. They are now 3.5. Total has moved up to 241. 241.5 we're seeing here. So that's the latest one. That's the latest for that. 241.5. We're going to get to the injury report for the Memphis Grizzlies and the New York Knicks, starting off with Memphis. Santi Aldama, illness, questionable. Vince Williams Jr., foot injury, out. Marcus Smart, finger out. Jared Jackson II, foot injury out. The New York side, New York Knicks. Josh Hart, knee, questionable. Mitchell Robinson's out with a knee injury. My only look for this game, like I discussed yesterday on our Beat the Numbers segment for the NBA edition, it's going to be Memphis over the total, 241.5. I like that over. So it hasn't moved as yet to 242 or what have you, but I still like the over here. This one makes sense. Now we're going to look at the player props for this game. Memphis and the New York Knicks player props. So we're going to look at here Jalen Brunson. Let's see. Jalen Brunson. The best option for him, I would say, points and assists. Points and assists is the best option. The clearing number is 34.5. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times. Last game he had 36. So I would go with that one. Points and assists, 34.5, Jalen Brunson. On the Memphis side, John Morant. I expect him to have a big game here. It's at Madison Square Garden in New York, the Big Apple. Clearing number is 21.5. He's 0 for 5 here, but in a game like this, of this magnitude, I expect Jada to show up here and have a good game. So I go over 21.5, John Morant. I like that one a lot. Yeah, that's the best one for him. Cat, Karl Anthony Towns. Let's see what we have here for him. So Karl Anthony Towns, let's see. I would go to his rebounds. The clearing number is 13.5. He's cleared this number 2 of the last 5 games, but the last 2 games he's come on strong. 15 in the last game, 16 the game before. So I expect that to continue. Over 13.5 rebounds, Karl Anthony Towns. I like that one a lot. That's my favorite prop for him. Another prop you can look at, assist and rebounds. The clearing number is 16.5. He's hit this number in the last 2 games. He's 2 and 5 overall last 5, but the last 2 he's come on strong. So this is another strong prop. Assist and rebounds over 16.5 is another good one for Karl Anthony Towns for the props. On the Knicks side, we look at, let's see here. Mikal Bridges. Scoring points. Clearing number is 17.5. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times. Last game he had 27 points. So I look for him to clear this number once again. Let's see here. A solid one would be points and assists. Points and assists for Mikal Bridges. The clearing number is 20.5. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times. Last game he had 34 points and assists combined. So I like this look here. This is for Mikal Bridges. Let's see. Let's see. Zach Edey, points and rebounds. Clearing number is 14.5. He's cleared this number 2 of the last 5 times. But the last 2 games he's come on strong. Zach Edey, points and rebounds. The last game he had 26. The game before 24. So this is a good one for Zach Edey. Points and rebounds over. Sorry, I said 24. Over 14.5. Let me see. Yeah, over 14.5 points and rebounds. Sorry about that. Yeah, over 14.5. I like that look for Zach Edey. And that's it for this game for the Knicks and Memphis. Next game we're going to look at New Orleans at Toronto. Open at -2 Toronto. Total 228.5. Now we're looking at the Pelicans being favored at -1. We're seeing some 1.5, but -1. Total is 233. So look at the latest injury reports for New Orleans. DeJounte Murray is still questionable with the elbow. Herb Jones out with a shoulder injury. Brandon Ingram out. For the Toronto side, Jacob Poeltl, back injury is questionable. Emmanuel Quigley, hip is ruled out for tonight's game. Kelly Olynyk is questionable with a calf injury. He may play, we're not sure. Ochai Agbaji is questionable with a hand injury for tonight's game. This game I mentioned before, not sure about the side as of yet. I like the total over 233. So I mentioned the last video on Beat the Number, NBA edition. Feel that the Pelicans' pace of play, their pace, will dictate the over in this game. Now I mentioned last night about the team totals. Now we're gonna go back to the Brooklyn game. I forgot to get that number for the Brooklyn game. Brooklyn team total. We're gonna go back to that. Just remember that now. So we're gonna look at another thing I want to look at is the team total under. I mentioned that in my last video for Brooklyn. We'll see if those lines are available now. Definitely gonna look into that. Let's see. Brooklyn team total. Let's see what it is. I hope it's a number that I like. And I can give it to you guys here. Let's see. Okay, we talked about that team total, Brooklyn team total. I'm not sure if it's out. Let's see if it should be out. Let's see. Yes, it's out now. Oh yes, I love this. Yeah, it's at 106.5. I like the under here. Under 106.5. I like the under here. Under 106.5 is the Brooklyn team total. Definitely, but I'm surprised he went up to 106. I'll take the under. Under 106.5. Give me the under here. I like that angle. I like that angle a lot. Under 106.5. So there's one pick for you already for Brooklyn team total. Definitely bet that under there. So back to the Pelicans game. Pelicans game, we're going to look at the team total for the Pelicans. Let's look at that one. Like I said, I like over 233 or 233.5 of the over in this game. Now, the Pelicans team total. 117.5. I would lean to the over, but it's not a strong play. As I look at the team total now, for the Pelicans, not really a strong play. I would lean that to the over, but I wouldn't recommend you playing it. I'd just stick to the over 233 or 233.5 for the game itself. Didn't see any value with the team total for Pelicans. I know they'll score over 100 points, but just that 117.5 lean over. I was hoping it'd be a little bit lower, but yeah, I'd leave that alone. Maybe this afternoon I have a change of heart and maybe tell you that I'll make it an official play over 117 team total. But for now, it's just a lean. This afternoon we'll see if I go with that or not. Next game, we gotta do the props. Yes, the player props for this game. That's New Orleans at Toronto. Let's get to the player props. So player props in this game. R.J. Barrett. Let's see. Okay, here's a good one. R.J. Barrett over 1.5 3-pointers. He's cleared this number in 4 straight games. I look for that to continue tonight. He's been on fire from the 3-point line. Let's see. Rebounds for Barrett. This is another good one. Over 6.5 rebounds. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times. He had 8 the last game. So I like that. I like those 2 a lot. Pelicans side. Go with Zion Williams. Zion Williams, we have here points. Zion Williams, I'd say over 21.5 points. He's cleared this number 2 of the last 5 times. Remember, he's been in and out of the lineup. He had 28 in the last game. So I expect him, if he is going to play, I expect him to get over this number, 21.5, Zion Williams. On the Toronto side, we'll look at let's see. I like for Davion Mitchell, I like the points, rebounds, and assists angle. He's 14.5 is the number. Points, rebounds, and assists. He's cleared this number 2 out of the last 5 times, but the last game he had 15. So I expect him to continue here and clear this number. I like this one a lot. This is, again, points, rebounds, and assists. I like this one here. Over 14.5, Davion Mitchell. We didn't talk about Scotty Barnes. Hold on. Yeah, so Scotty Barnes. Let's see. Points and rebounds. Clearing number 29.5. He's cleared this number 2 of the last 5 times. So points and rebounds over 29.5. I like this. I like this look a lot. This is a good one. Very good one. The Pelicans side, I don't think any other props I see. Let's see. Okay, C.J. McCollum. Let's look at C.J. McCollum. Over 2.5 3-pointers. I like this number here a lot. I believe he can hit this number. Toronto's lack of defense, defending the 3-point shot, gives C.J. McCollum a great opportunity to hit this number. I like this prop here a lot. Over 2.5 3-pointers. So I like that angle. Remember, he's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 games. He had an off game the last game, but I can see a bounce back spot here. Over 2.5 3-pointers, C.J. McCollum. Rebounds and assists for Trey Murphy III. The clearing number here is 8.5. He's hit this number 4 of the last 5 games. So I like the over 8.5 assists and rebounds. This is Trey Murphy III. So this game we're done this game. The next game we're going to look at is Houston at Boston. Boston opened up as a 6.5-point favorite. It's still at 6.5. It hasn't really moved. And the total is at 221. Now it's at 222.5. We're seeing 222.5, 222. So the injury report here for Boston. Boston's clean, a clean slate of players. Clean bill of health for Boston, no injuries. Houston. Jabari Smith Jr., the only guy that's injured is out indefinitely. So I mentioned here we're going to lean to the last night I mentioned on the Beat the Numbers show, NBA edition. Houston plus 6.5. I like that angle here. Remember, Boston's coming out. I like to fade teams coming off a road trip. Boston came off a road trip, long road trip, first game at home. I got to take Houston here plus 6.5. I like that look. The total, nothing on the total as of yet, but I like the plus 6.5. Now for the props for this game. Houston at Boston. Prop wise, we're going to look at Jason Tatum. Tatum here. The best look for me, I'd say assists and rebounds. He's more consistent here, in my opinion. Clearing number is 13.5. He's cleared this number 3 the last 5 games, so I take over 13.5 assists and rebounds, Jason Tatum. On the Houston side, we'll look at Jalen Green. I would say for Jalen Green, I'd say points and assists for Jalen Green. The number here is 23.5. I like the over 23.5 for Jalen Green, points and assists. He's cleared this number 3 the last 5 times, so I like this one here. Jaylen Brown. I like Jaylen Brown over 1.5 3-pointers. Over 1.5 3-pointers. He's cleared this number 3 the last 5 games. So I like that. I like that look. Yeah, I like that one a lot. That's the best one for Jaylen Brown. Chris Porzingis. Looks like he's back in the lineup. Porzingis. Rebounding. I like him here against an undersized Houston team. In terms of the boards, Porzingis rebounds over 6.5. I like that one. He's hit this number twice, 2 in the last 5, but because of the mismatch and the size advantage that Porzingis has, I like him to clear this number over 6.5 rebounds. I like that one a lot. Fred VanVleet. Over 14.5 points. I like this one. He's cleared this number 3 straight games. I like that one. And you can also look at his 3-point shooting. VanVleet's starting to catch fire from the 3-point line. The clearing number is 2.5. I like the over 2.5 3-point shooting. Fred VanVleet, he's hit this in 4. He's gone over in 4 straight games. So I like this one a lot. Yeah, those are the 2 best Fred VanVleet props that I like. Excuse me. Boston side, let's see if I see anything else. Let's see. Nothing there. Dylan Brooks. Let me see if I see anything. Yeah, nothing of consistency here. Nothing of consistency from Dylan Brooks. So those are the props. Those are the prop picks for that game. Next game's Denver at Chicago. Denver, 7.5 point favorite. Total 244. Right now it's at 9. 9 across the board. It's going to 9.5. So if you like Denver, you want to get the 9 or 8.5 before it gets to 9.5. The total is 246.5. 246. That's the total. So the injury report for Chicago: Cody White, ankle out indefinitely. Torrey Craig, leg out. On the Denver side, Vicalco Kankar out indefinitely. So as I mentioned last night, I like Denver. Denver 8.5. Even at -9, I like Denver. That's as far as I would go. I wouldn't go any further than that in this game. If it goes to 9.5, 10, I wouldn't touch it. If you like Chicago, of course, you're going to wait till it goes up higher and higher. If you like Denver, if you can't get the number on time, try and bet it live. Try and do a live bet on this game. That's my advice to you. Now, regarding the prop play for Denver and Chicago. So we'll look into this game further for the props. Denver, Chicago. Let's see. So let's see here. Denver, Chicago. Let's see. Joker, Nikolai Jokic, the Joker. That's the nickname. Over 1.5 3-pointers, the Joker. He's hit this number in 3 straight games. Over 1.5 3-pointers. I like that one. Assists, over 12.5. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 games. So those are my 2 best props for a Joker. I like those 2. Let's see. On the Chicago side, for the Bulls, for any props, let's look into this further. For the Bulls, Chicago Bulls, Zach LaVine. We're going to look at his... Zach LaVine, assist and rebounds. He's more consistent here. Assist and rebounds, the clearing number is 8.5. He has cleared this number 3 the last 5 games. So I like Zach LaVine here for assist and rebounds. On the Denver side, let's see. Gonna take Jamal Murray. We'll look at Jamal Murray. That's over 27.5 points and assists. The last game he had 30. So I like Jamal Murray here in this spot. And I like his assist alone. If you can get his assist alone, Jamal Murray. The clearing number is 5.5. He went over once in his last 5 games, but the last 2 games he missed it by 1 point. He had 5 last game and 5 the game before. I'd still go back to that. Jamal Murray over 5.5 assists. You can do that, or like I said, you can do points and assists over 27.5. Either one you can't go wrong. Chicago side, Nikola Vucevic. Vuj. Assists over 3.5. He's cleared this number in 4 straight games. Another one to look at is points and assists. Points and assists is 23.5. I'll take the over. He has cleared this number in 3 of the last 5 games, so I like the over angle in that one for points and assists. That's for, let me see. Yeah, so I like that. Let me see if I see anything else. Another prop is Josh Giddey, over 6.5 assists. He's cleared this number 2 of the last 5 games. The last game he came on, he had 7. So I expect him to continue on the right path for assists, over 6.5. On the Denver side, we mentioned him before on this show, Aaron Gordon. I like over 10.5 points, Aaron Gordon. To me, this number again is too low. He had 13 last game. It should be more. It should be higher than this. Aaron Gordon's a bucket getter and a scoring machine, to say the least. So I like the over 10.5 Aaron Gordon points. Over 10.5 points, Aaron Gordon. That's it for this game for Denver and Chicago for the props. Next game we're going to look at Atlanta, Minnesota. Minnesota opened up -7, total 224. Right now it's gone all the way to 10.5, and we're seeing 11 on the board. And the total has gone from, let's see, right now it is 218. We're seeing some 217s, but it's 218 coming up across the board. So if you like the over, you want to get to 217.5 before it gets to 218. If you like the under, you're going to wait. For the side, let's look at the injury report first of all. On the Atlanta side, Trae Young downgraded to out. He has a hamstring injury. Zachary Rishikar, abductor, is out. DeAndre Hunter, illness is questionable. Jalen Johnson, out indefinitely. On the Minnesota side, for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Dante DiVincenzo, toe injury, is out. I like this game here. Let's look into this further. Okay, we went over this game last night. I didn't see anything of value, but let me look again. We'll see if there's any more value on here. Or I might just pass and just do the props. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here of value on this game. I'm going to look at the props for this game. The only thing I can say, I would lean to the over. Atlanta, Minnesota, over 218. That's the only thing I can say about that one. But that's about it for the props. We're going to look into the prop situation for props. Props for this game. Let's see. Just bear with me for a moment to risk looking into this further, these props. Props. All right, so Atlanta, Minnesota. The Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, is a good prop here. The Ant-Man. Points, the clearing number to score points for Ant-Man, over 28.5. He's cleared this number 3 in the last 5 games. He had 34 in the last game, so I expect him to clear over 28.5 in this game. I would go with points and assists. Points and assists is a good one for the Ant-Man. He had the clearing number is 34.5. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 games. He had 43 last game. So I expect him to clear this number again. That's Ant-Man points and assists. That's the best one. Over 34.5. On the Atlanta side, let's see. Let's see what we can find here. I would go with assists and rebounds, Dyson Daniels. Assists and rebounds, the clearing number is 10.5. He's cleared this number in 3 straight games, so over 10.5 assists and rebounds, Dyson Daniel. I like that prop there. On the Minnesota side, nothing here. You can look at Naz Reid. Naz Reid, clearing number to score points over 13.5. I liked over 13.5. He's hit this number 3 the last 5 games. Last game he had 13 points, and he missed it by 1 point. So I go back to Naz Reid over 13.5 points. I like that one. Let's see. I go back to Clint Capella. Clint Capella rebounds over 6.5. He's cleared this number 3 the last 5 games. Last game he had 5 points, so I expect a bounce back game from Clint Capella. Over 6.5 rebounds. I like that one a lot. Rudy Gobert. I like the position of rebounds for Rudy Gobert. The total's over 11.5. He's cleared this number twice. He had 14 last game. So I expect him to clear this number again against the Atlanta Hawks. I like this look a lot. So that's it for this game. Next game we're going to look at Dallas at Washington. This game opened up 11.5 Dallas, total 232. Right now we're seeing 12.5 across the board, total down to 231.5. On the Dallas side, Maxi Kyber out indefinitely with an ankle injury. Dwight Powell, hip questionable for this game. Dante Exum out indefinitely. Derek Lively, foot injury, out. Luka Doncic out. On the Washington side, for the Washington team, Malcolm Brogdon ruled out with a foot injury. Marvin Bagley III out. Sadiq Bey out indefinitely. I don't have a position for this total and the point spread for this game, so that's a pass. I can only look at props if I see any props here for Dallas and Washington. That's all I can look for, props for this game. So in this game here, regarding the props, Dallas at Washington. So we're going to look on the Dallas side first and look at Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, let's see. This is a good prop here. Over 2.5 3-pointers. He's hit this number 4 of the last 5 games. So over 2.5 3-pointers, Kyrie Irving. I like that one. Yeah, that's the best prop for me. Over 2.5 3-pointers, Kyrie Irving. That's the top one. Washington side, of course, Jordan Poole. He's the main guy there. Over 3.5 3-pointers, Jordan Poole. I like this one a lot. He's cleared this number 4 of the last 5 games. And he had 5 the last game. So I like over 3.5 3-pointers, Jordan Poole. On the Dallas side, let's see. Daniel Gafford. Let's see. Gafford rebounds. over 10.5 rebounds. He's cleared this number in 3 of the last 5 games. He had 50 in the last game, 15 rebounds. So I like Gafford for rebounds. I like that one. Nothing on the Washington side. Dallas side here for props. PJ Washington. He had 16, over 16.5 points for PJ Washington. I like that one. He's cleared this number in 3 straight games, so that's a good one. PJ Washington. Now another good one to look at is points and assists. Points and assists for PJ Washington. Over 19.5 points and assists. I like that one. He's cleared this number for the last 5 games, and he's had it in 3 straight games. He's cleared it, so I like that look for PJ Washington. Nothing else here. Nothing else. Let me just see something. One more thing. Another thing you can do, another look here is Jonas Valanciunas. Jonas Valanciunas, ex-Toronto Raptor. I would take his rebounds. Over 7.5 rebounds. He's cleared this number in 3 of the last 5 games, so that's a good look. So I like those props as well. Next game, Milwaukee at Utah. Milwaukee opened up as a 9-point favorite, total 233.5. Right now, it is at 236.5. So it's gone from the 235, it's at 236. Let's see here, Milwaukee, Utah. Bobby Portis out for personal reasons. Chris Middleton questionable with an ankle injury. AJ Green quad injury questionable. On the Utah side for the Jazz, Walker Kessler shoulder questionable to play. Jordan Clarkson foot injury questionable to play. John Collins illness questionable to play. I mentioned the only way to play this is the over 236.5. Now, in terms of the side, it's at 9. Not sure if I'm going to get there or not with the side, but I like the over 236.5. And we're going to look at some player props. First, we're going to look at Giannis in this game. See if we see anything for Giannis. Giannis, the Greek freak. Let's see what do we have here. So in this game here, we're going to look at Giannis's props. I got a feeling he's going to have a big game against Utah. Jazz don't play any sort of defense whatsoever. So I like him here. Like I said, I lean to for them covering the spread at -9. I'm not sure yet. I like the over more in this game. But I'll let you know this afternoon if I take Milwaukee to cover the points in my best bet segment. Giannis. He has the clearing number is 30.5 points. He's cleared this number in 3 of the last 5 games. He had 36 last game. So I expect him to clear this number again. I like this look of over 30.5 for Giannis. That's it for this game. That's the prop for this one. I mean, that's it for Giannis. Excuse me, Damian Lillard. Over 25.5 points. He's cleared this number 4 of the last 5 games. That's a good one. Let's see. I would look at points and assists. Lillard. The clearing number is 33.5 for points and assists. I like the over 33.5 points and assists. Like I said, he's cleared this number in 4 of the last 5 games, so this is a very good one. I like this one a lot. On the Utah side for props, Lauri Markkanen. Let's see. Let's see here. Lauri Markkanen. I'd go with points and rebounds over 26.5. I know he's 0 for 5. He hasn't cleared that number yet. But I would go back to it. He's one of their top players for Utah right now with their injury situation. So I go with Laurie McAmim over 26.5 points and rebounds. Let's see. Colin Sexton. So we're going to see here. Colin Sexton. Nothing on Colin Sexton. No consistency there. Those are the only props for this game. That's it. That's all the props I see for the Milwaukee-Utah game. I don't see anything else. Next game we have here, Clippers and Phoenix. This is the last game on the board. Phoenix is -1. Total 222.5 is the opening number. Right now we're seeing Clipper money. Clippers 1.5, 1. And it's 224.5. 225. The injury report for for Phoenix. Ryan Dunn ruled out, ankle injury. Clippers. Chris Dunn questionable with a knee injury. PJ Tucker personal out indefinitely. I have no play on this game, and the props. Let me just see here for the props. I might have one. That's about it. Nothing much here in terms of the props. I might have one here. Let's see. As if I can find anything here. Clippers and Phoenix. Let's see what we have here. Let's see. So look at Kawhi Leonard. See what he's got here. I'll go with Kawhi Leonard on the points. Points over 22.5 points. He's cleared this number 2 the last 5 games. He had 33 points in the last game. So and the clearing number now is 22.5. So I would definitely bet the over in that one. Kawhi Leonard from the 3-point line is even better. Over 2.5 3-pointers. He's cleared this number twice. Last game he had 3 3-pointers. So I like this look. On the Phoenix side, let's see if I see anything here. Bradley Beal rebounding, over 3.5 rebounds. He's hit this number in 2 of the last 5 games. He had 3 rebounds. Actually, no, he didn't hit this number. Sorry, I'm giving you the wrong thing. Sorry about that. Not rebounding, sorry. I gave you the wrong one. My apologies. Yeah, Bradley Beal, the best option is over 2.5 3-pointers. I would do that one. Remember, he's cleared this number 2 the last 5 games, Bradley Beal, so that's a good option. Another good one is Ivica Zubac for the Clippers. Over 12.5 rebounds. He's cleared this number in 2 of the last 5 games. He had 11 last game, but he fell short by about 2 points. I think he bounces back here against Phoenix and gets over the 12.5 rebounds. That is it for this. That's it for this game. I want to see. Let me see something. One more check. Let me look at something here. I look at James Harden. James Harden's a good prop for 3-point shooting. over 2.5 3-pointers. He's cleared this number 3 times. Last game he had 4 3-point shot. He made 4 threes. 4 threes he made. So I expect him to go over 2.5 3-pointers. I like this one here. So that's it for the props, and that's it for the NBA edition. For the props, leans, and picks. So I've given you a lot of stuff here for you to digest and take in for the NBA edition. I hope you enjoyed the episode of the NBA for props, totals, and spreads. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm gonna be back this afternoon to give you my final picks. Some of you already have an idea and know what some of my picks are, but they're gonna be refined this afternoon, and I'll give you some other official picks as well too at the same time. So again, good luck. Hope you cash your tickets. Good luck in your bets. Fade or follow, it's up to you if you want to fade or follow. I just choose the picks that I find that are best and suited and fitted. So good luck to you. Stay true to yourself. Stay humble. Believe in yourself. Stay blessed. Peace. See you this afternoon.